Have you ever wondered how many CVC points you can get with just silver? I did. So let's find out. Over the last couple of weeks, really like a week and a half, so it's not as long as I would have preferred. It's just a good tester. Not to mention, I doubt a whole lot of average players or general players really save their silver for longer than that period of time, so that makes it a little bit more, I guess, realistic or doable. That said, I think this is going to be fun. So what I did is I saved my silver for about a week and a half, and I am going to spend it all for a CVC to see how many points I can get. Couple of things. This is a challenge, therefore there must be rules and conditions. Here's what I can do. I can use any silver that I have. I can use any silver that I gain. For example, if I got some items from the forge and then sold those items, gaining silver, I can then spend that silver used as points. Buying items within the forge is obviously also okay. That is spending silver to do so. What I can't do is I can't go and summon any champions. I know that that does take silver, but I thought that that was kind of borderline. I don't know, it's pushing the bill a little bit, because while I do gain points for any items that I get within the forge, same as I do when I would do it as a summon, or like, let's say if I wanted to upgrade any champions, you have to use silver for those things. So technically that rule can maybe be a little bit gray area'd into those areas. But I think that there has to be like a stopgap. There has to be something that kind of goes, no, okay, this isn't okay. You know, where can the silver be spent? So what I can do is I can use the silver on the forge, on upgrading items, on if I sold an item, I can reuse that silver. If I upgraded an item and then sold that item again because it was a terrible upgrade or whatever, those strategies are okay. I cannot, as I mentioned, use it as a summon or within like the tavern. And obviously any other area within the game other than maybe upgrading. Basically, we're coming down to silver and items are within the okay range. If you think that these are good rules for this challenge, I would love to hear it. Or if you have suggestions, I would also love to hear that, because maybe this is another challenge that I can do for a future CVC. Another quick note for what I can do is I can upgrade items, and that does include any of these tabs. So I can enchant them, rework them, ascend with whatever tools that I have, because they all take silver. Oh, just kidding, I can't ascend. All right, now let's set the groundwork for this challenge. I tried my damnedest to make sure I was done with everything before this CVC started so that I wouldn't have any points roll into the CVC so I can start from zero. That was really hard and that didn't happen. So we are starting with 4,240 points, and we will just simply deduct that from whatever I get at the end of this challenge. What I would like to do is set a goal. My goal is to try to get to 100,000 points. I have no idea if that's a low goal or a high goal, given the amount of silver that I have, 30,850,000. I don't know if that's a high goal or a low goal. We're going to find out, but that's what I feel like it's a little bit of a stretch, but again, you never know. We might go through this easily, so we're just going to find the frick out. Continuing on with the groundwork, I am going to talk a little bit about my strategy here. I think what I'm going to do is obviously just manipulate the forge as much as possible. I'm a little bit regretful on my planning, because while I had saved any silver and I literally only used it if I had to for like a daily quest, I did not admittedly do as well with keeping up on all of my keys for like my gold keys for the Doom Tower, as well as for the Faction Wars, where I could have gained more forge items, which obviously could have exponentially increased my likelihood of not only reaching my goal, but probably going well past it. So that said, there is some things that I wish I had done better with prepping for this challenge. And also, I think that this is a fun starting point just to see what we can get. We are starting off with quite a bit of silver, 30 million. Oh, hold on. Wait a second. I had forgotten to go through and clean up any items that I wanted to sell. So let's go check out what we've got now. By the way, I didn't like hard clean out my inventory here, which that might be part of my strategy if I'm trying to really push for that. I might go through and even clean out a bunch of my inventory. I've actually thought about doing that, but starting point, I haven't done that. So let's see how much silver we're starting with now. That gave us another 11 million. Okay, awesome. Now we have quite a good starting point here. I haven't been doing any of the events or tournaments since the last fusion, and because of that, I was able to use all of my energy that I've been gaining into Spider. I just went and did Spider 25, and that was helpful because then I was able to sell a crap ton of accessories that I did not need, nor would I use, and I'll probably be able to clean that out even further. Starting point, 4240, 41 million. Any silver that I earn through this challenge we'll use that too. All right, broskies, let's go ahead and get into this. Wish me luck. Another thing I could totally do here is probably pull up RSL Helper and have it go through and do this for me and auto sell any items that come in. But I think what I'm going to do instead is just, because while that is super helpful and I can have it just run in the background, it does take quite a bit of time because I think it sells like one item at a time. I'm just going to bulk sell everything after I go through and just collect all these items. So yeah, I'll have to go through and clean all of this out, but it's going to give me even more silver. Right now, I'm just racking up the CVC points, just doing this, which is super, super nice and super helpful. Wish that I had more, but it is what it is. We'll see what we've got. Let's check up on my CVC points now. I'm up to 41,000 just from the forge. Now what I need to do is very, very carefully spend my silver with these upgrades and see where I can get them. And we only spent like 4 million on silver just doing those, and we're gonna make back way more than that with just this sell. Get rid of any of those. 300, look at that, that's 8 million just right there. I've actually been getting in the habit of getting rid of all my 5 stars now. Just even in general. Maybe that's dumb. Maybe I should be. Sometimes I'll keep like legendary ones. But in general, I think I'm kind of to the point where if it's not at a 6-star, and even in some cases 6-star and gold, then it's like I can't upgrade my champs items very well. So I've just got in the habit of getting rid of all the 5s, which is pretty cool. I'm really glad that I'm at that point. And then not to mention I can go through and clean all these out a little bit more. So 1 second. Usually what I do when I clean out my just new tab is I'll go through and clean out obviously the easy like cells, and then I'll go through and I'll upgrade all the new things to level 8 or level 12, usually 12 depending on if, and I usually do this, by the way, I clean out my just new tab whenever there's like an artifact event or tournament going on, or not tournament, but an artifact event, and I'll just upgrade any new things. And I'm like so tempted to do that now, but what I really want to do is check out our new silver tab. So we started from 30 and then we jumped up to 41, dropped a little bit to use for the forge, and now we're up to 53. So really, I guess the challenge comes down to how many freaking CVC points can I get with 53 million silver? Already spent some of it. We're at 41,000 points. Okay, now for the fun part. Let's get to upgrading crap. Okay, let's see where we're at. Okay, so here's a quick update. I did spend all of the silver that I had. That said, though, I still have a lot of opportunity to do more. I didn't go through and like analyze all. I could easily go through and clean out a lot of my items. I know I can. Like even just going through and checking to see how the upgrades went, and then deleting any of them that didn't upgrade well, blah blah blah, all that crap. But yeah, there's so much more, and not to mention I need to go through and I still need to enchant a lot of items that I have like neglected to go through and enchant for champions, even that I use all the time. Like there's so many opportunities here for me to go through and upgrade a lot of things and fix a lot of things. I could also go through my silver keys, as I mentioned, get some more forge items and sell those, get some more silver, go upgrade stuff. It's a rolling snowball. But the fact that I could still do many, many, many more points. Probably not another 100,000 by any means. But at least I would say maybe 10,000, 20,000 more. So I could have easily have gotten 120, 130,000 points just from using my silver with the forge and with upgrading items. And that's awesome. Like that's crazy to me to think that just a week and a half of saving my silver. But that said though, I did mainly focus on, as I mentioned before, Spider 25. So if there's like a fusion going on or other events or tournaments that we want to be participating in, while that still generates silver no matter what it is, because you're constantly doing, dungeons or training champions in the campaign, you're still generating silver. From what I understand, and maybe I'm wrong, someone can correct me, please feel free to, because I would love to know. I think that Spider 25 is like the most efficient way to gain silver as far as, burning through energy goes. But this is crazy. This is really cool results to me that I was able to, like I said, week and a half saving silver, going through just a bunch of spider, which is not typical for people to do. There was a lot of room for improvement, and I could have gone even further. As I mentioned before, I could have been way more on top of going to my faction warns every day. Similarly, I could have gone through and done a lot more of my silver keys. Often I would just do what was needed for the quest, the daily quest, like I mentioned, and then I would like not go back and do them. Or even better, I didn't always do my gold keys, so I didn't keep on leveling up on either normal or hard. Like, look at this hard, I'm still only did freaking 10. I've only done the first 10 or 9 rather. Normally I'd be much further along than this, which means I would have been able to do silver keys at higher boss levels, which would have given me even better forge items, which would have given me more points, because as you know, you get better points based on the type of item that you're able to forge. So long story short, this could have been optimized like so much more, which is really cool to see that I like totally fudged a lot of areas and did like bare minimum in some and still got this. Like that's brilliant. Also really happy with my clan. They're doing freaking awesome. Congratulations. Good job, the Shield Heroes. You guys are great. This has been a lot of fun going through and trying out this challenge. Definitely want to try to optimize it in the future. I feel like, to be totally honest, I feel like if I optimized all the areas that I mentioned, and if I maybe spent another week saving up on silver, because obviously I can't really save more than that, because then I would have to really give up on a lot of points for CVC. Even the ones that don't have personal rewards, I like to use the silver on those for obvious reasons, or if there's a fusion. So it's really hard to generally keep more than maybe 2 weeks worth of silver. But I don't know, maybe I could, go hardcore for a challenge and like save for like a month or something, and then just to see how many freaking points I can get for a CVC with just the silver, just for getting forge items and just for upgrading artifacts and enchanting them. Pretty damn cool. Makes me really happy. So I don't know about y'all, but while gaming is a huge, I don't even know if you can call it a hobby, because it's more like an addiction. Like it really is. I'm just addicted to video games. However, one of my other like side pieces that I have, she's really pretty, she's great, she gives me a lot of sanity, is wood carving. I'm a complete novice at it. I cut myself all the damn time. I'm still learning techniques. I don't even have all the right tools, but I do have quite a few, because I'm obsessed. I obsess easily over things, as you could probably tell. But that said, I'm bringing it in and noting it, because if you could see my desk right now, it is absolutely atrocious. And that's the reason why I'm not going to show it. While I'm all about transparency, and in some cases wouldn't mind showing it. But it's not the typical gamer desk right now, where you have like, there's all those jokes where gamer desks have all the energy drinks and, ironic, I know, soda cans and trash. And while I have days like that, obviously keep up on it, mine is covered in this is so bad. I know I'm gonna get just absolutely chewed up on it in the comments, but it's covered in a little bit, like a tiny little layer of sawdust, and I have like this little bowl next to me that has all of these shavings. I'm still new at it, but it's a skill that I'm loving learning, and I'm laughing because I'm this big, like I love gaming, so I've got like 3 freaking monitors right here. I've got this decently nice mic, I've got, lighting, I've got green screen background, all this stuff, and then just a thin layer of sawdust it's not really sawdust because obviously I'm not like sawing it, but it's just from the wood carving, and then all these wood carving chippings in this bowl that I keep next to it so that I could like at my desk, which is so bad, you know what I mean? I'm constantly cleaning it out so that I don't get it in my PC. I'm like super nervous about that, and I know I should go do this somewhere else, but I have this weird thing where I love queuing up for a game, like for instance League of Legends or Valorant or Fortnite, some of the other games that I enjoy playing, and while I'm queuing for a game, I will sit there and I would carve and listen to an audiobook. So it's just one of those things where I just enjoy so much. And if you look at your space and see how all of these little pieces of you kind of come together, this is like my happy space. You know what I mean? Like this is where I come, and this is just where I can just be me 110% and just enjoy life. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know, just thought something fun to share, and I hope that y'all would be willing to share with me some of the things that you do and how maybe your desk kind of intertwines with not just gaming but also maybe some other aspects of your life. Really excited. I do think I'm going to share like that journey and learning the wood carving more and developing that skill more on another channel. But I just thought that was really cool, kind of enjoying this space. However, I feel like I need to enjoy it so that I can be me to my fullest extent. I would love to hear more about how y'all have your desk set up. Okay, back to the grind.